what's up everybody, this is the Fart Gamer. Welcome back to Fart Gaming 69 channel. We're just back in Super Metroid. Yeah, so whatever. Anyway, it's gonna be a little bit of a short episode today because my mom said I have to do my homework soon. So I'll have to work on that. Anyway, I'm just chilling on some Mountain Dew, getting high on Doritos, you know, that Dusty Triangle life. Hashtag Dusty Triangle life. Anybody who's trying to get that movement moving, fists up for you. So anyway, I'm just gonna be working my way through this room. It's a really hard room, kind of like how hard it is.
Taun?
What?
Taun, did you clean up your room?
I'm in the middle of something, Mom.
I told you have to do your homework before you play your video games.
I'll do it in just a minute, Mom.
Taun?
What?
You're not gonna get dinner if you don't finish your homework.
Do we still have Twinkies? Whatever, I'll just eat Twinkies. I don't want your dinner.
Alright.
Wait, is tonight ravioli night?
Yes. You know it is.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to get some ravioli. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lock your door because we are coming to find you. Welcome back to the greatest show on television, Preston Can't Play. Sitting with me on the couch as always, holy hot damn, in those corduroys, shit, it's Preston Black.
They're the only pants I own.
Holy fuck, you know who else has maybe not his favorite pair of pants on? Wait, are those your favorite pair of pants? I don't want to talk shit.
They're actually the only pair of pants that I own. Except for my work pants, which are different, and my show pants, which I only wear for shows or going out skis.
Okay.
Until I own more than one pair of pants.
Tom Mitchell's also here. How is everyone? I know I'm good.
That's great.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of my whole flavor.
I just had some tasty raviolis.
Same. They were butternut squash ravioli.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, well, if you're not having butternut squash, you may as well just not at all, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
I don't know lobster ravioli, though. If you're not a vegan.
Why would you even say that? God
Ravioli's good.
God damn it.
I'm not... You're doing it.
I'm just trash. I'm trash at video games.
You never had lobster ravioli?
Ravioli, ravioli, give me a formula. I have. I don't know why I was talking shit.
Oh.
Usually I don't know until it's too late. And then oh, golly, there you go. You've done it. You've talked shit, Tom.
Did you just call that thing Wally?
Wally.
Oh, he just showed you that you can go through that wall.
Wow.
But it was a trap.
Feel personally betrayed.
Oh, yeah, Shine Spark.
What the fuck?
I like that I have committed to memory that move is called Shine Spark.
Yeah, I'm impressed by you. Every day.
Lobster ravioli. We had lobster ravioli as the main course at my wedding that time I got married.
You got married?
I don't want to talk about it.
You ever think about that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Help.
I thought you were going to try and x-ray scope that thing away, and it wasn't going to work.
I just want my scope back.
If they were smart, they would have created an enemy in this game that actually takes damage from x-ray scope.
Holy shit.
You're not going to get those missiles? Those missiles?
Well, isn't it sand down there? I don't want to get my ass stuck. Again.
No, there's a floor. You were just on it.
Floor.
I think there's a way to get through the floor to the sand.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Damn, you're right.
Whoa!
I should have paid attention to where I want to shine spark at. This seems good. Seems promising.
Yeah, sometimes I think about it.
Oh, the fact that you tied the knot?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get married again? Is this a weird question to ask while we're being recorded?
No, I would totally get married again.
Okay. Do you have anyone in mind?
Well, you're seeing someone, so...
Fair. We've already got the Let's Play together. We're already pretty serious.
What more is it?
Right.
After that. We're finally progressing in Maridia.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We skipped over to the turtle room because it's extra, although I do like the turtles. Maybe we can revisit it on the way back.
I don't even know what you're talking about, so that helps me to not feel bad about what we've done.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just like a fun, like, another one of those, like, animals in the game that's just interactable and doesn't try and murder you.
Nice. I like my friends best when they don't try and murder me. I find that those are my favorite friends I have. So, what do you think we're up to?
Well, I don't know now. This seems like...
Yeah, I've really felt confident that we're sort of on the critical path.
Yeah, this seems like a bust.
Huh.
That's something.
Womp.
I think probably it's an up and left situation.
You think Taun go up?
And yeah, I think that's where you're going. And I think that room that has a blip in the middle of it, in that hallway, is a mini boss.
Mini boss.
A fun one, if I remember correctly. Do I say...
Potato?
Do I describe, like, every boss and mini-boss that we've ever encountered as being fun? Do I always say, like, oh, this is a fun boss?
I think so, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like
right
I say
spot.
that a lot, but now I don't know if I just always say it. Which is...
I can stand on my little friends.
Yeah, they're there to help you out.
Are they?
Well...
What the fuck, bro?
Somewhat.
What the double fuck, bro?
I think you have to...
This guy is unstoppable. He's unkillable.
I bet you could kill him if you really wanted to.
You just don't have the right attitude.
Probably have to, yeah.
Grapple.
How's your week been there, friend?
Well. So, remember the last time we hung out? I was talking about some Overwatch controversy.
Yeah.
Development.
Okay.
So, to recap, there was an Overwatch League player in, like, the minor leagues.
What a rookie.
Who was getting talked up because, I forget if they were the first or amongst the first women to be signed professionally.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled from the league because of cyberbullying being the reason cited.
Horseshit.
Saying people had doxed them or harassing them online. Finally, they were like, you know what, this isn't actually worth it. I'm just going to pull myself from the league. At that particular level of play, players are not required to submit their real names. They can just use screen names if they want.
Okay.
Because this player, Ellie, had decided to do that, people started thinking, well, obviously it was a boy playing on this account who was much better than a girl could ever be at Overwatch.
Did they just assume that because the gender wasn't implicit in, like, the name?
Initially, it was just assumed.
Wow.
Then a few different streamers started coming forward saying, it's me, I'm Ellie. I was trying to prove a point. It was a social experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And there were multiple that came forward at first. Eventually, it was largely confirmed that it actually had been a streamer named Punisher, saying, I was trying to conduct a social experiment showing that playing as good as I play right now, I should be assigned to Overwatch League, but since I'm not a woman, I'm not getting signed.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah. And so where it stands now is basically confirmed that, yeah, it was a guy playing on this account. And a lot of Overwatch news people are being like, well, see, you guys were so knee-jerk. You thought immediately we were just bullying women out of our sport. You just assumed we were all being sexist. You guys are the sexist ones. It's like, no.
No, the whole thing is sexist.
What you did is still gross.
Yeah.
Like, you just made it harder for women to... How do I kill this? Do you think?
I think you just missile him in his big, cute face. Specifically in his cute face.
Gotcha.
Not anywhere else.
Oh, he's protecting himself. But it's like, what you have done is still a gross thing. Like, you don't get off the hook just because, like, oh no, it was a boy the whole time. It's like, that's still fucked up. That's still going to make it harder for women to be legitimatized in the future.
Just because a bunch of other people were shitty about the thing that you did doesn't mean that what you were doing wasn't also shitty. If we just let women play,
exactly, because now
it would be fine.
Now the next time there is a woman who's being successful at Overwatch, people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's probably just a guy again." And it's like, that's still fucked up. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Good job, dude. You proved that you could get an Overwatch League if conditions were different.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? You destroyed your entire...
When women aren't allowed to be a part of the game, there are more opportunities for men. You figured out the math.
Exactly. And it's like, nowhere am I seeing people still like no one is saying, yeah, we weren't knee-jerk reactionary about the information that was initially available. But can we move on and have this conversation about how this is still fucked up?
Yeah.
But a lot of Overwatch news sites are still being like, see, you guys just overreacted over something that didn't even matter. Ugh. It's like, Y'all grow up. Y'all need church.
This is exhausting. I think you can speed over this, and I think that's what they are going to want you to do.
Nice. Thank you.
Before you get roped into fighting with that sand. I know you hate the sand.
I hate the sand so much. I was also not paying perfect attention just because I'd been on one,
Yeah.
as it were.
Yeah, that's some dumb bullshit.
Yeah. And also, also in Overwatch news, recently confirmed that another prominent hero is gay through a short story that was released.
Like in game?
Not in game. It's a short story. Overwatch,
No, I mean like about like one of the game characters, not a hero, like a player.
Yeah, one of the player characters that you can play as.
Right. Okay.
Let's use this. Okay. Nice, nailed it. Got it in one. Confirmed that they're gay in a short story, and the fucking backlash of all the gamer boys who were like, that doesn't make sense for that character for him to be gay. Why would you make him gay just to get attention? It's like, I'm pretty sure Overwatch can choose what's in character for their characters, but
Yeah.
and there's some other stuff. The short story is mainly about a character named Ana and Soldier 76, and Soldier 76 is revealed as gay. But there's also some prominent like character building for Ana, and I've seen people online say that is basically just fan fiction, and the only part of it that should be considered canon is the stuff about Ana, meaning the stuff that's not gay.
I think that if the writers of the game write stuff, it's officially not fan fiction. That's what makes it not fan fiction. You can't just say this is just fan fiction if it's the people responsible for writing the canon.
Right. And people are like,
unless they've like taken it upon themselves, like in their downtime, to like write some shit, like
yeah, that's
not
different.
not paid and just post it on Reddit or something.
But yeah, when it's officially like from the god fucking damn it, I was pressing the laser button instead of the jump button because I'm a stupid person. If the writers of Overwatch put it in, yeah, it's canon. And to follow it up, the guy who wrote the short story sent out a tweet just to confirm, like, yeah, no, Soldier 76 and his ex-boyfriends both identify as gay. Just let's make it clear. And it's hilarious, especially gay Twitter coming out and saying, that's right, gamers, we're going down the list one by one. We're going to make all of your favorites gay.
Yes.
And they even like called it in the air for who the next gay character is going to be.
Do you... I'm sure I know the answer to this, but just for the sake of conversation, like, do you consider that like fan servicey at all, or do you think they're like what's the difference between like writing fan service and like just knowing what your base is and giving them? I guess those two are the same thing, but I think like there's something like there's a difference right between just going hard, like Glee. I don't know if you... I assume you never really watched Glee. But they sort of became like, we're gonna put something in... Like, they oversaturated with their show with, like, checking off, like, social issue boxes. Because they knew they had a lot of, like, progressive LGBT, like, fans. And, like, that became what the show was, rather than, like, telling, like, a coherent story. It just became like, oh, like, now everyone's got a thing. Like, you know, like, oh, now these characters are gay. Oh, now these characters trans. Like, you know, they just start, like, they establish characters and then they, like, change it to get, like, social activism points. Sort of, like, that to me is what I mean by, like, writing fan service.
Okay.
Versus, like, we know we have, like, a progressive, like, base. So, like, let's evolve our characters in a way that, like, they can relate. Or that pleases them. Like, it's a fine line, I think. Is your impression more that this is the...
So...
like, thumbs up, or are you giving this a I guess I would never say a thumbs down for a situation like that. But like, let's say like,
Right, is it gross or not?
Does this get a thumbs up or a thumbs sideways?
So, Overwatch really fancies themselves as being a very inclusive game in particular. I mean, they pride themselves on taking the Street Fighter World Warrior concept and like actually legitimatizing it and like, no, if we're gonna have characters that are from these places, we're gonna get voice actors from these places, we're gonna research the culture of that place and make that a part of the character design.
Not just like create a bunch of like national stereotypes.
Yeah. And so to me, because of that, it comes off as legitimate that they're like, no, we want to have gay characters and make the gay community feel included. I don't necessarily think that initially the very first time Soldier 76 was conceptualized and put on paper that they were like, yeah, he's going to be gay for sure, but like the fact that it's there, I think fits in with his character and totally fits in canon. And
so it's not like a hard left, it's just like something that wasn't necessarily established.
Yeah, because
they choose to like develop a little bit.
There's not like a huge amount of lore in game. A lot of it is through comics and shit.
Yeah.
And what I love about the characters that they have confirmed to be gay are two of the most popular characters. One is like this cutesy British girl that, you know, initially they got a lot of flack because they were like, oh, you're just using her butt for like to sell the game and like over sexualizing this characters to make sales. But she was a character that like a lot of dude bros were like, oh yeah, she's hot or whatever, and now she's gay. And so a bunch of guys were like, oh, why'd you take like the hot one and make her gay? Soldier 76 is kind of the character that a lot of people start with because he plays like a normal first-person shooter game. So many people have, you know, backgrounds playing this character, and now he's gay.
Oh, now you can never play him again, or you are gay. That's what that means.
And like people have taken that stance of being like, I've read things on Twitter. One girl shared a story where she wasn't much of a gamer herself, but her boyfriend got her into Overwatch and they play it together. But he now refuses to play it because they ruined that game with social justice.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah. So I kind of got...
Goddamn snowflakes, man.
Yeah. I kind of got tangential in answering your question, but I do think it's...
It's genuine.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't think that, like, my impression of Overwatch, even having not played it, is that they wouldn't...
Yeah.
They've already established themselves as being, like, a very inclusive... And because there's not a lot of narrative, that they do have, like, a little bit more freedom to, like, develop in that direction without, like, sort of retconning characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like there was like my big issue with I stopped watching Glee at some point, and let's hold off here because I want to get to this boss on the next episode.
I'm gonna kill this eye wall.
Yeah, that's fine.
Point.
My big issue with Glee had to do with this character that they introduced in the second season, Coach. The name was Coach Beast, and I think that was like a play on like spelling or something, but I can't remember the actor's name, but they had like established themselves as being like this like very like a woman who's like big and like stout and huge, just like a big like tall. Did you ever see the Boondock Saints?
Yeah. So
like in the very first scene when they're in the warehouse and like that like big muscly woman like fights them.
Yeah.
So it's that woman.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I hesitate to even say woman because I don't like follow them and I don't know like exactly what their identification is, but they were cast on the show as the like new gym teacher, and with like short hair and like if I remember correctly, short hair. But anyway, like so a big part of like their arc in that was that everyone made fun of them for their appearance and like being like manly and stuff like that. And the whole development was that, you know, we, and by we, like the cast of the show, the characters by extension, learn like that just because she has that physical appearance doesn't mean that she's not a woman, that she doesn't have sexuality. Like she's straight just because she looks like this sort of like cartoon stereotype of like a butch lesbian. Like she was she was straight and like just a woman.
Okay.
And then like seasons later, they changed that character to be a trans man.
Okay.
And like, for me, I was like, well, you had this really nice narrative, and that kind of like, that changes it. If you wanted to do a trans thing, you could have, but like these are, that, I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like delegitimize the story they'd already told.
yeah, like we made a big deal about like learning to accept her as a woman, and now she's no longer a woman. So what does that mean about like all the heartwarming stuff that came before? I mean, that stuff still stands, but it's sort of like, you know, just do a trans character. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You don't have to just like keep changing people's identification.
Yeah. Just use one character
Just
to
to,
fill all
like,
the
yeah.
token slots.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. So, and they did a bunch of other stuff like that, and it was kind of like, just, maybe just relax. You don't have to tell every story. Like,
Right.
you've been really good so far, but like, slow down. Anyway, so that was my little glee rant since I brought it up.
Yeah.
All right, so we're cool on Maridia. I'm glad that we actually made some progress this time, because last time it felt like we were treading water and exploring a lot. There's a lot to
Yeah.
explore,
Yeah, it's easy to get lost here.
but it's totally easy to get lost. We had some moments before we started recording where I was just like, this is the point where I always get where I just don't know where to go, and it takes me hours to figure it out.
Yeah.
Now it's 2019. Woof.
Yeet.
I've already said it's 2018 in a conversation today
Idiot.
with you. And we can just look on the internet, and we did, and all our problems are solved. We're about to fight the big bad.
Big baddie.
All right, we'll see you on the next time.
See you that time.
Pressing and